Welcome to another episode of The Dad Couch. We are starting to really find
What the hell's so funny, man?
We're
are you
starting to
snickering
find
at?
our rhythm, man.
Well, I was thinking about that song I taught you.
Oh
that's
yeah,
bad.
I'm not singing that
Yeah,
song.
that's not. It's going to be on the B-roll. So if you get into our extra videos,
Yeah,
if you
okay.
buy the DVD
Uh-huh.
of The Dad Couch. Anyways,
That could be Patreon, right?
today's episode
Could be one day.
He's definitely pushing the hard.
Yeah.
I like the.
Duh.
Today's episode, we're going to be doing
What are we doing,
segment. Old man yells at
Old man
cloud.
yells at clouds.
Then we're going to do some over
Okay.
and underrated from a dad's perspective. But first,
You don't have to say that.
but I want to say it.
It's-
but wait,
implied.
you don't-
It's implied from
But
the name of the show.
but I'm leading the episode, so
Okay,
I
that's
get
fair.
to say whatever
That's
I want.
fair. Okay.
You know what? You don't have to do. You don't have to interrupt me
You're
every
right.
damn episode, like you do.
it's kind of my thing.
You're a control freak.
It's
You're-
kind of my thing.
What's great is you're at the beginning of shows and he's at the end of shows. That's exactly
you're
how
right. I'm
the,
sorry.
how the
You know what?
interrupting goes.
That's a fair point. I'll try to lay.
I
I'll
don't-
lay off.
I don't think you will.
well, you
how-
know what? Come on.
How's your weeks going?
How's
What's
your
up?
weeks going? It's been good. How about you guys? Labor Day?
Labor Day is always it's a nice weekend, a nice long weekend.
Yeah,
I celebrated my oldest birthday yesterday.
14. It's a big
14.
year. Yeah.
It was one expensive weekend. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's no longer a birthday, it's a birthday weekend.
You know what happens at 14 though? First real love. Like
No,
that's the year.
It's not happening.
It's not true.
It's the year that it happens.
No.
Is that
Not
your
happening.
experience?
Well, for Mark, Mark was a late bloomer.
What?
Mark was a late bloomer. Jay didn't start
I know,
dating
but you're
until
talking
he
about
was
his
like,
daughter
what,
right
21?
now. So are you saying his daughter's gonna fall? He's saying your daughter's gonna fall in love. So
Yeah,
I'm asking,
I
is
know
that
what
what
he's trying to
happened for
say.
you?
No, I mean, did I think I was in love? Yeah.
No, your
No,
daughter's.
your daughters.
No.
This is the dad
You just
couch,
said
not
that's
the
when
Rocky
it,
couch.
You just said that's when it happens.
He's on therapy right
How do I say this without offending Mark?
I don't know. But it feels like you're gonna
I'm
offend
going to
Mark.
offend Mark, yeah. So I'm not going to say
Well,
it.
offend them, but then
No.
be prepared for offense back.
Yeah,
He's going
I
to
know.
say something
Not a
that
defense.
he raised his daughters
Not a
right,
defense.
so they didn't fall in love. But he's
I mean-
implying that my daughter's going to fall in love, which she will not. She doesn't even look at boys. She doesn't even talk to boys.
Wait.
Anytime
Can we correct this, mate?
anytime
Yeah.
she's around boys, she tells us.
My wife was convinced that our oldest daughter was just friends with the boy. And I was like, honey,
At what age?
is 14. I go, honey, you crazy? There's no friendship. She likes that kid.
No,
So,
you're wrong.
No, you're wrong. It's a different world, Rocky.
Not a different world.
It is a different role.
There's a lot
Well,
of
when your daughter was 14,
plutocracy going on.
It's
we're
10
talking
years
about
ago.
like 93, right? Oh, no.
10 years ago. Yeah.
10 years? Yeah, it is different.
So like the dawn.
I thought the
2015.
same. I thought the same thing because of how I grew up, but it hasn't been like that for me.
Yeah.
So then your daughter's in a relationship with a boy that likes her,
No,
but she
she's-
doesn't like him. That's
she's-
possible.
She's
Guys-
not in a. My daughter's not in a relationship.
She's in a friendship, is what
No,
you're
she's
saying.
not. What are you talking about?
You're saying that it's possible for her to be a friend,
At 14,
Yeah.
you can have a friend that's not a boyfriend. Yes.
impossible for a guy to
It's
not.
not true. It's not impossible. The way these kids are nowadays, yeah, there's probably they hang out in groups. There's probably a boy that likes a girl and all that jazz, yeah. But they're not hanging out one on one, and he likes her and she doesn't. What is that?
That's this is a long,
I mean, I don't know how you run your household.
it's a long
I
digression.
can't
how-
believe
that's
you were
not how
allowing
it
your.
is.
I don't know how to say this without offending you. I
Yeah.
don't know how you were letting your daughter hang out solo with a dude at 14.
So what was happening?
That's
Were
ridiculous.
they in the bedroom with the door closed?
No.
Door
that was
open.
not- yeah, it's not allowed. No, they weren't. They never came over the house. I had to meet the guy. I had to actually
At
go
14.
out. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, see,
I had to go
I didn't allow
talk
that.
to the guy first.
Yeah.
Like they could only be out in groups, like
I
those kind
agree
of
with
things.
all that stuff.
Angie
Yeah.
didn't really have an official boyfriend until she was 17, her senior year, and then she actually ended up marrying that kid.
Yeah, that's good.
So, but
That's the way you want to do
at
it.
first I was
Yeah.
a little skeptical.
Is that a segment?
No, yeah,
No,
let's
but
do
that's it. Hey, that's just what's going on. It was a good one.
So let's do our first segment.
What is what? Which
Old
is,
man yells at
Sounds like
cloud.
a struggling over there.
Yeah, well,
His legs brought to you by this table, apparently.
they make fun of my tables.
This is not
The-
your table.
I put together with my sweat, hard work. None of these sons of bitches have brought a table in yet, except for Mark, who brought an ark.
Mark built the table.
He built an ark. It was
He
as big
built
as
the
Noah's
table.
Ark.
It was not a bad
It was
table.
300
It was
cubics.
glorious. It was a glorious.
It wasn't a perfect desk or table, whatever you want
Did
to call
you
it.
or did you not have to stand on stuff to
I
get
did.
over
Did
it?
you or did you? You didn't. Did you or did you not have to stand on stuff, but did because of your dumbass pride?
I did a power move. I
He-
did a power move.
He didn't like that I
It
was
had
the
to be
same
equal.
height with
It had to be equal portions.
That's sick.
He was
Tom
You gotta-
Cruise.
you gotta-
Tom Cruise.
he was basically wearing lifts, and I was like, I'm not letting that
But
happen.
it was. I didn't want to look taller. I wanted to be on camera.
You wanted to be over the desk,
I wanted
top
to
of the
be
ark.
Phil was trying to
crazy.
be seen. You went Portnoy.
You went. There's some vanity there.
Oh,
That's
listen,
ridiculous.
if you don't know
No,
that
I know,
I'm
but
vain,
that's-
then you're not around me
It's
ever.
pretty rough. It's
Yeah.
a rough one.
All right, first
ahead.
topic ever. First topic ever. This is going to be a doozy, guys.
Yeah.
First topic ever for old man yells at cloud.
Tell us.
What the heck is up with school shootings?
I like-
seriously.
What is
the deal?
What's that
What's
was
the
very-
deal with school shootings?
What is going
No.
on with these shootings?
I mean, it's,
That was great.
It's
So
all the
nonchalant.
time, man. All the time. Like how many? Like, is it crazy? I don't remember any in my youth. I don't remember any till like Columbine.
were-
Columbine.
Yeah, Columbine was the first one.
Columbine was the
About
first big one.
94, 95. Now I feel like there's one a week.
Well, there's a lot, yeah.
What's going on?
Well, you had what?
What is
I watch a lot of Jerry Seinfeld. I have
ridiculous.
we binged.
I think the original school shooting wasn't it in Austin? Wasn't it the University of Texas? That was the one that happened in I believe the 80s. Columbine 90s, right?
In 94, I
and
was
then
actually-
the last like big one that I could remember, kind of
96.
jumpstarted everything was the Virginia Tech shootings, right? That was like the second big college shooting.
Yeah.
And now it's just happening all the time. It's
Yeah.
like people, this is their form of protest, and it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
I don't think it's. I think it's deeper than that. I think it's clearly people with like a mental issue, right?
Yeah.
But I think in a different world in the '90s where you could kind of become famous or you get well known. I
Infamous,
think
infamous.
infamous, right? I think that matched up with like just the mental illness part is. People just don't care. I don't know.
People don't value life how they
People
used
definitely
to.
don't value life. Yeah, no.
Well, I think I know I sound old. There is something to the fact of like first person shooter games. They've grown up with that. I do feel like
think-
it
I
seems like a video game.
I think it's more so that due to social media and news outlets being at our fingertips, I think we're completely desensitized to the human aspect of it all. And I think because of that, the value of life is no longer what it used to be. And that's the reason why you're seeing all of these people wanting to become infamous for whatever cross they're trying to bear and get their voices heard. Have we noticed any trends with any of these shootings?
Well,
let's not go there yet.
I think Jay had something here.
I find school shooting.
That was a great segue that you guys just
School
totally
shootings.
But it's a whole
screwed.
It's a whole other hallway we're gonna
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah, and I don't know if we should go down that hallway. It's a
Go ahead,
deep
like,
and
yeah,
dark.
School shootings back in when we were still old, but like Columbine and after that, they were all like, I got picked on, so I'm gonna get back at these kids.
Seemed like
Yeah.
bully.
It was
Yeah.
like within the household, essentially.
Yeah.
It was always
school
like a
shootings
direct correlation
Yeah.
to these kids
Right.
picked on me. I'm getting these people back.
So one of the
Yeah.
big ones that I know, I remember this guy walked in and shot up a Amish school, and it's like the most peaceful people in the entire United States,
Next to the Quakers, yeah.
and that was like obviously he didn't go there, and then other shootings keep going where it was more for being famous or
Or there's
Or
some kind of
activism.
cause.
Yeah.
Like this one, the mom worked at the school. He graduated from the school, but he graduated from the school like 3 years ago. And the kids he shot were like elementary school.
like Sandy Hook. They didn't affect that guy's life.
No, it's like it's an odd thing.
Before you go down that, I just wanted to respond to the game thing, right? I used to not agree with that at all, but I think there's something to it in the
Subconsciously.
fact that it does desensitize killing, but I don't think it's like for normal.
No, you're
like
right.
Mark playing first person
You
shooter
have
is
to
not going to make
combine
him,
it with mental
I
illness.
think mental is then playing those games, then you're desensitized to the killing. I think it's like a brew that kind of cooks up a person that's
Okay.
with shooting a school up.
So this is why I bring it up. We're going to solve how do we fix this? Is it as simple as less guns?
No,
Outlaw.
no. I don't think you could law it away because
You can't.
everybody I knew growing up that had a gun didn't have it legally. So I think people will still be able to get guns illegally.
So just like making guns illegal only takes the guns out of the hands of the people who need to be armed. Making them illegal, criminals are still going to get their hands on guns.
So if you,
Newsflash,
Mark, if you
heroin,
had
heroin is illegal. It's
Right.
illegal, and yet we have a heroin epidemic. So that should tell you everything you need to know about
okay,
when
so
you
if
try
you
to
could
deprive
do
society of
anything,
something.
if you could do anything that you think would help, would there be like what would? Because like I've got a couple ideas.
For me, the first thing that comes to mind is just more law enforcement at school.
Or retired military, maybe.
Yeah,
you know,
'cause-
we have a problem with like vets coming back, not being able to find work. Maybe we pass it to where every school has to have a vetted vet patrolling the halls.
I mean, we have enough money.
Yeah.
'Cause we lived in the Midwest, and like people brought their guns to school.
Yeah.
I
We
remember
had gun
making
racks.
A gun rack.
Yeah, in high school.
And
Yeah.
people brought their guns in to help with the measurements of how they would put their shotgun on there.
Yeah, they were making them in
They-
shop
like,
class.
Like hunting season, you could be late to school.
Yeah.
So they'd come straight after hunting. They'd have their gear there, and like nobody thought, oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so we got that.
but
We got law enforcement.
My idea would never be well received because we're in a society nowadays where people want to understand the shooter and know what was going through their head and what affected them.
What should
and
be going through their head? A bullet.
The problem is that there's not a strict enough definitive penalty, right? if you go, there should be, if you want to eradicate it, right, you have to be fearful of the consequence. Know that the second you brandish a weapon on school grounds, you no longer have any rights. Now you can be taken out. You no longer have any rights because there's no business for you bringing a firearm onto campus.
Okay, I like this one. How about this?
I don't hate that, and I think like back to what you were saying, is that the guns being there, if they know there's ex-military there, it's a deterrent.
It's a deterrent.
Not for everybody. There's still going to be people that are
Well,
gonna
especially
do
if
that,
they're
but-
dealing with mental illness. Yeah.
If they're too far off the cliff.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody just is a little over the edge and thinks they could get away with it or kill X amount before,
How about this? Radio silence on anything to do with the person. It's their pictures never shown, their manifestos never read. It's against the law for any news article to say any. So you basically rob them of what they seem to want, which
Yeah.
is infamy.
that'll run to so many conspiracy theories, though.
Yeah,
and then it will get out online.
It,
And on top
probably,
of that-
but we tried at least because I think that's what they want.
I don't know that that'll work either. So ESPN tried that with streaking in sports. If you remember, they decided that you no longer were going to get your 15 minutes of fame if you decided to streak at events because they were making such a big deal out of it. People still streak. It happens all the time. And things still get leaked. There's always going to be that person that wants to be the person who videotaped the event, and they're the first ones to break it to everybody else. So if anything, I think all that really does is make society even more frantic in that they want to be the ones who record rather than take action and help.
I think it would be smart for the government to, we're talking about our kids' safety, so I don't think it's too much of a stretch to come up with a branch or something that they're trained to respond.
Right.
to
It
these
could be
things
like
where you-
almost like the Space Force.
I mean, there's a
but
lot of
for-
schools, so it's not like I'm not trying to speak out of the side of my mouth. Like it's a big thing, a lot of money, a lot of manpower, but if you could have at least, I guess, based on the student body, the size of the campus, have 2 ex-military or people trained to respond to this kind of thing and work with the local police department, wherever. But you have people there that could,
Well, and you're only-
take out somebody quick.
I mean,
And
you're
you
only
should-
talking-
my bad. Sorry.
No, I'm saying, well, so you're only talking about public schools. Private would have to fund their own because,
Yes.
yeah. But I mean, so that lessens a number. But it's still, honestly, I think it could almost employ every retired police officer, every vet having trouble finding. Like, I think
Yeah.
it would solve a couple
There would
issues.
have to be standards too. I don't think
Yeah.
you could like
Did let
a guy,
anybody.
a guy
you could-
roll in there, 200 pounds overweight,
Yeah.
and just get a job.
And
dude.
I mean, even some of the the country's biggest population of mental health issues is with veterans of war as well because of PTSD. So I mean, there'd have to be some sort of mental exam that they would have to pass as
And
well
physical,
in
yeah.
order to be held liable for holding schools
But
safe.
I was going to respond to what you said earlier, and I want to see what you guys think. But I do think it's important to know what, and I get the way you were saying it about the shooter, but you do want to know what they were thinking. You do want to know what they were feeling because it is a way to predict and indicate when it may happen with
Yeah,
somebody again.
profiling.
I just think that we need to be more actionable as far as like
To the-
local and police and local police kind of jumping on stuff
Well,
like that.
the crazy thing is almost everyone has posted something on one of their social medias or told somebody
Yeah.
that they were planning or thinking about. So like that's the shocking thing to me is like if somebody, I often think if any of like the kids that I'm around, if they
Yeah.
gave me any indication, I'm reporting it immediately. I think you have to nowadays.
So we've had a couple of instances here with local schools where this has occurred, and our law enforcement agency locally has done a very good job of thwarting the attack before it even occurs. They go to the homes of these people who post online prior to. They do a really good job around here promoting, say something or see something, say something. So I know that. My daughter's group of friends have been directly related to alerting authorities to things posted online, which makes it very real and very, very unsettling.
The some things that help also because Lake Mineola, I like how and I know it's gonna be hard to retrofit schools, especially older ones. But I like how showing the ID really doesn't do much at the door. Anybody can just grab somebody else's ID. But when you're in, like they have to buzz you in to the regular school,
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
attendance office. So like if they have a metal detector there and the armed vet, and then you can't literally go through any door unless they buzz you through.
Yeah.
what do you
That's the
think
type of
about
entrance that most schools need?
because I like that. What do you think about? Because there's two things I would do. I would number one, if a parent has a gun and it is not locked up, then and like let's say in this case a school shooter was killed
Yeah.
or killed themselves, the parent who allowed the gun to get into their hands should face the same penalty. Because I think that like a lot of this, if like I have guns, they're locked up. My daughters never knew how to get to them.
Yeah.
But I've been to a lot of homes where they're easily accessible.
But don't you think that because they're young, 16 years old, they're home alone, should they know the combination if someone's trying to get in?
Yeah, like if I had a gun in the house, I would probably get my oldest trained to use
Man,
the weapon.
I
and
think
be
we're
able
getting
to
into
use it.
some like specifics. Does your child suffer from depression?
Well,
Do
yeah,
you know
I
about
guess, yeah.
then
Well,
no, they should
these
not.
but
you know?
that's when you get to a place where like it's almost not even worth talking about because the scale at which we're talking,
It's- yeah.
impossible to account for every situation. I think more black and white, general across the rules that could kind of just kind of like the security at the school stuff that is actionable across the country is like more realistic. Like you're not gonna, if I'm a parent, my kid takes my gun, I know they took my gun. I might run and buy a safe so I don't go to jail. Say I had it in there.
You know,
Like there's just ways to skirt around it. Like you're never gonna know really unless
Yeah.
you had the intelligence beforehand.
we're throwing band-aids over wounds here. If you want to head it off at the top of the river, there should be stricter parameters in procreation. Just becoming a parent, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
How about this?
There should be a lot stricter parameters.
How about with that, we deviate to our next
Okay,
topic.
brother.
Man, yells at cloud. It is.
Honestly, because
We're on our great breeders.
you'll never come up with a solution that 100% of the people are
Now you're
happy
starting
with,
to sound like a commie.
Okay, ready?
Because what'll happen is now, right?
He's into those genetics.
You would think understanding what they were what's going through the minds of the shooters would help you have, a list of actionable events in the future towards thwarting these attacks. However, to the intelligent population, yes, maybe, but you're going to have people that argue that and say that, well, now you're putting everybody in a box that thinks this way, and then you start then it becomes so
I just don't think it's-
liberalized that it becomes very diffuse, and we're just back to square one.
I think
You're going somewhere with it. I just think it's not. I think your idea is not realistic. I think the more realistic thing is to have, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a precise plan for when these things happen to spare as many lives as possible.
All right.
Not counting the. Yeah, go ahead.
On that topic, Adolf, we're going to switch to our next topic, and it's overrated,
wonder.
overrated,
What kind of-
underrated. First, and all I'm going to say is the topic,
So
and you guys tell us
If
which
it's
one you think it
overrated,
is.
Do we just yell it out or?
Well, we can figure out. But we'll go down the line. First topic, Taylor Swift, and you can throw in
Well,
Kelsey
what are we
there
talking
too.
about?
Ability or hotness?
Well,
You tell me.
I guess whatever,
Overrated, underrated, properly rated. Maybe
Taylor
there's
Swift?
a third. Yeah.
She's properly rated.
I'd say overrated.
Said
Okay.
properly. She writes all of her stuff.
Yeah.
It's mushy, but it's for those people that like that music.
I would say underrated because she writes all her stuff. She has become
You just said that.
she's become bigger
Yeah.
than any other female
That's why I
singer
think
ever.
She's overrated.
And she's also very down
But
to
I think
earth
underrated.
as a-
That's why she
How could she be underrated if she's
because
the most
she's
popular?
done something
That's not
that nobody else has done.
In
that she's not getting the credit for necessarily.
Yeah.
crossover,
She's getting
she
the
did.
popularity.
One
she's
at a
just not
time,
getting
boys.
the credit.
No, that's not how you usually liked it in school.
How would you know? You were in the Midwest.
I was in South Hoboken.
No, Midwest. You said it.
South Hoboken.
I
No,
moved to
Midwest.
South. Anyway,
It's a slice of
She went from-
heaven.
leading country charts and being number one to
Yeah.
instantly flipping to pop,
Yeah.
flip back to country.
A lot of
and then
artists
she
do
went
that,
straight
though.
back to
But
pop,
they,
and
I
she
mean,
dominated.
most
not like that.
most
Hey,
people
guys,
say
hey,
she's the
You didn't even let me say why I thought.
yeah,
she
but
was
most people say
you were
that
wrong.
she's the
Yeah.
most
Okay.
powerful
Get you off
woman
the
in
couch.
music right now.
Okay.
So, what was your reason to say she
All
was?
those reasons you just gave is why she can't be underrated. I mean, you literally said the most powerful woman in music. It's probably the highest grossing concert, right, by a woman ever. How can you say she's underrated?
Underrated.
She's not,
She
I
she's not
say-
perceived by her peers.
fell in love with the
for being
Cleveland
as-
boy.
Why do you think that?
Underrated.
How do you know?
It's been, come on, the whole Kanye event where
Yeah.
he protested on stage when
Number
she won
one,
the award.
the Kanye thing was like 13 years ago when she was a new artist when that happened.
Right,
So
but the
that's
argument
not-
was
doesn't
that it
hold
didn't
water.
go to somebody who was only a vocalist, whereas she's a true musician. So she doesn't get the appreciation of being a musician, and that being
but
far
it was her
superior
first,
to being.
She was her first album.
That wasn't her first album.
Yes, it was.
No, she had a couple
No,
albums.
look it up.
And she was
Look it up.
She was real good.
She was super young. Beyonce at that time was
A vocalist.
probably where she. I'm saying in the industry, since we're talking about that, she probably was where she was at that time. And yeah, and it's one person, Kanye, who also said something about George. Like that's not to me. That doesn't hold water. I'm just
Okay.
saying we're talking about perception wise.
Overrated.
No, I'm not done.
Oh, you're done.
No,
We
I'm
got
not
your
done.
point. We
I
got your
didn't
point.
get my point.
got-
My point is
I got
that
your point. He got
for
your point.
all the accolades, she does write her own stuff. I find when I listen to her music, it is very one tone-ish, like what she's talking about. She doesn't really push the borders music. Like if you think about great bands and artists that we've all listened to, she doesn't really push those borders much. It's kind of
Okay.
I feel
She
like
knows
you're
her
all
audience.
listening to her mainstream stuff.
Second-
then.
Yeah, no, I'm not digging in the crates on Taylor. Sorry.
Second topic: overrated,
Feel like you're
underrated.
So ridiculous.
No,
That's-
I'm
need
just
to
saying you
listen to the
can't. You
Red
can't
album.
make
No,
that.
I'm not listening to
You
any-
can't make
I
that
can-
comment if
You
you're
gotta-
not
you can
listening
make-
to her whole
you gotta
entire
go to the
catalog.
B
I'm sure you
sides.
would make the comment about 100 other artists that you haven't listened to. So don't tell me what I can't make a comment
You
on.
don't wanna
Overrated,
say that.
underrated.
Shake it off.
Fresh off a victory over Alabama, Florida State football. Overrated, underrated.
Well, that's just hate in your heart. Why?
It's one game, and they won 2 games last year.
So what are they rated right now?
They'll probably finish in the top 10, I think. Yeah.
What were they were unranked?
They were
right?
unranked,
but
yeah.
Alabama was 3.
Alabama was in the top 5, I believe, but they weren't. I think it was Ohio,
3's pretty close.
Texas, Ohio State, Penn State,
No, Ohio
Georgia.
State was 3.
Yeah, Ohio State was 3. You're right. Yeah, Penn State was second.
2.
Oh, Bama was 5 then.
5 or 6.
5
yeah.
or I thought 8. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
a big
Anyways,
jump. Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Overrated, underrated?
I think properly rated. It's a big win. I don't know. We'll
big
we'll
win.
probably know more later on
it's
how
a big win.
bad Bama is. Then it'd probably look
It is a
different.
huge win.
Bama's bad.
I got to say it's overrated for now, though. I think it says more about Bama's decline than it does FSU's prominence, because Bama does look like it looks like their program has taken a step back.
Well, here's the crazy thing. At paper, Alabama's loaded more 5 stars than any program in the country. I think maybe their coach is overrated.
Yeah.
Ever since Saban retired, the guy's pretty much 500.
But he's lost 4 games to unranked teams in 14.
Not good. He lost more games to unranked teams
So-
than
and-
Saban did his entire tenure.
Well, the crazy thing was too, before the game, there was an FSU player that went on record. It may have even
yeah.
been the quarterback went on record saying, "We're not
Nick-
scared of
he
Bama.
said-
There's no Saban. Saban's
Nick
gone."
Saban can't save you. He's actually selling T-shirts right now,
Yeah.
saying Saban can't save you. It's pretty funny.
I am the Florida State anti-pro bias. I
Okay.
don't love them, but you said
Yeah.
I'm biased.
Oh, Yeah, you don't care
I
either
just
way,
think you
yeah.
like
I
to
just
poop on
think
anybody
the way
that's
they
not
jumped that
Ohio
high
State.
just doesn't make sense. Like I would have ranked them probably 18th because it was at home game. First game of the week. It's at night. Or first game.
Yeah, but they
first game
kind of
the
blew
season,
him
it's at
out.
night.
They won by like 3 scores, right?
It was
Bama-
34-17, I think.
Bama has no more bench because
That's 3 scores.
NIL took away the SEC's bench, which has hurt them. They lost a lot of transfers when Saban left. No, it's true.
Okay,
I know, but it
okay.
doesn't matter.
Jay, I'm going to
It
need
doesn't
you to
matter.
turn your neck more when you're talking to Phil. I can't tell who you're talking to. You're looking at me with your face, but at him with your eyes.
Well, you're with respect.
Hey, that has been another episode of The Dad
You need
Couch.
an image of Gandhi either water skiing or on a jet ski. now.
Dad's explaining the
multiverse.
the multiverse.
There you go.
Okay, find us on every social media platform: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram. We have a wide variety of shows on
Wide
this
variety.
topic. We have our old show, Guys on Draft.
All right, wrap it
And
up.
then we also have a fantasy football show. Like, subscribe, give us 5-star reviews.
times.
Peace.